say, Jay, Dave Cook will be set to kick it away for the Trojans. No wind at all tonight. What a fabulous night for homecoming. And Eric Davis back at his own 44-yard line to receive this kick. Good snap. Cook gets it away low, end over end kick, should take a Timken bounce, and it does. Look at this one. Davis will track it down all the way to his own 34-yard line up the right sideline and hit a couple of times really hard. Out of bounds to 32.
Go out of bounds, Eric. Save some wear and tear on your body.
41 yards on the punt. Got a good roll. And Salem, Gary, will take over for the third time at their own, well, actually, take over for the second time at their own 32-yard line.
Yeah, their first offensive drive resulted in all ground plays, all running plays, and a touchdown. Let's see what happens here. That was a long drive for Salem, too, that last touchdown.
88 yards. They lead in total offense after a period, 88 yards to 44 yards. Hendershot in motion left to right as the Quakers are right to left. It's Davis up the middle this time, breaks one tackle to the 40, still on his feet. Look at him drive those legs. There's a late flag. There's two late flags. Davis must have carried 3 Trojans for about 8 yards. And I have a feeling we're going to have two penalties that will offset because the flags are in different areas.
Eric must be a terror in the weight room if he can carry that many people at one time.
Were both flags against Timken?
One flag may be, okay, you've got 3 guys on the little sophomore. Let's leave him alone. Yeah. Maybe the officials saw the same thing. It's a big one. 15 yards.
Well, it was a 13-yard carry that gave the Quakers a first down, and the penalty takes it to the 39.
Look where the Quakers were huddled on the 25. They got to run 30 yards to get to the line of scrimmage. They're going to be tired before this play even starts.
Tired? They'll probably forget the play. Jones split to the right. Davis remains in the game with Humphreys in the backfield. From the Trojan 39, it's Humphreys, finds us some room, 35, flag in the backfield, and finally brought down at the 32-yard line. And coming off the bottom of the pile, Eddie Young, and this penalty, I imagine, is going against Salem.
Yeah, it is against Salem. Official already made the call. It didn't look like there was much room for Humphreys when that play started off. He found the hole, and I think we see why he found that hole. There's a little hole.
Now, Gary, the Trojans are getting good pressure outside, but the Quakers are kind of letting the blockers go that way, or letting the tacklers go that way, and Humphreys is finding some good room with cutbacks up the middle.
Yeah, he'll take the deep pitch and, you know, stutter for a half second trying to find the hole, and he finds it and goes. He's fun to watch. He'll take the pitch, and then he'll look at both sides real quick and then decide, okay, here's where I'm going. And more times than not, he's gone.
So a 15-yard penalty against Salem brings it all the way back to the 45-yard line. Martin to throw for the first time. Drops back, pressured, and he will go down at the 40-yard line. Stallworth converges to make the tackle, along with Dave Cook, or correct that, Jacob Croston. And the Quakers will lose 4 yards on the play.
Last week we saw a new wrinkle in the offense, and Jim Martin running the ball a little more. A couple plays like that, he's going to lose all that offensive yardage he got last week.
From the 42-yard line, second down. Davis up the middle with a lot of room. 45, 50, 45, 40. Into the secondary, down to 30, 25, 20. Left sideline, Hendershot leads the way, but he's out of bounds. Oh, wait a minute, no indication. They're going to mark him out of bounds at the 1. Davis clearly stepped out of bounds at about the 7 or 8 yard line. And the crowd booing, thinking Davis had got in, but they marked him at about the 1 foot line. Davis will get a breather as Stockton checks in, but a great run nonetheless.
Just a matter on if the, it looked like Hendershot, if he could just seal off the last defender. And you're right, Todd. I thought he went out around the 5 yard line, but no official there. So they'll give him credit for the 1. And unfortunately, after a run like that, he's so tired he's going to come out. He probably, unless the Quakers don't score here, he won't get the credit for the touchdown.
Martin sends McLaughlin in motion. Gives it to Humphreys. Touchdown, Quakers. Jason Humphreys, 1-yard touchdown run. Salem on top, 19-0.
And the Quakers going for 2, trying to make up for that missed extra point.
Salem, 2 possessions, 2 touchdowns. The defense has a score. So Martin sends Jones off to the right. Hendershot at the wing. Stockton and Humphreys stay in the backfield. It's Humphreys with the pitch to the right, trying to get up the middle, dives into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. 10-13 to play here in the second quarter. Salem on top, 21-0. You're listening to high school football on WSOM. To go, and Gary, Salem, a 1-minute and 35-second drive, 4 plays, kind of a weird drive, couple of penalties. Eric Davis with a 56-yard run. He now has 6 carries and 106 yards.
I'll tell you what, the Quakers offensive line just blowing open some nice size holes against this Timken defense, and things are cooking. You can see it coming here with the Quakers, just the confidence they have been gaining week in and week out after being maybe a little shell-shocked those first 2 weeks.
Harshman got a short kick taken by Young at the 16. Young tries to find a seam, nowhere to go this time. He does get to the 33. There is a flag. Eddie Young does scare me, though.
Yeah.
Boy, when, if this is a closer ball game, this is a type of guy who can break one, open. But I gather we already saw a 45-yard run from him tonight. I bet we'll see more out of Eddie Young tonight.
Well, the only thing going for Timken right now is they are a run-and-shoot team, and if they have any prayer of getting back into this, it's got to be through the air. Although, really, Tanner Johnson has not impressed me. He's thrown pretty much more to the black than he has for the white. And it looks like Quaker fans, lots to talk about tonight on the Quaker Call-In Show. So give us a buzz at 337-7764. 337-7764 right after the game till 11 o'clock. Lots to talk about. It's going to be a fun call-in show tonight, I have a feeling.
Yep. And
that payphone from Pop Jackson's will be busy with players, I'm sure.
2 wideouts to the left, Croston and Evans. Howard split to the near side. And Johnson to throw, dumps it over the middle, caught by Evans this time. They finally hooked that play up. It's good for 7 yards. The catch by Lamont Evans.
Quakers laid off it a little bit that time, and that pass was very easily picked off. Could have been, and the Quakers been playing a little more aggressive, but there's really no need now, up by 21, to play that dangerous style of defense.
Gain of 6 on the play. 2nd down and 4 from just about the Quaker 30. Johnson again, a quick drop over the middle. It's intercepted by, no, they'll say it's incomplete. Wow. Eric Davis stepped in front of Waiters, picked it off, but they say it hopped or he dropped it, one or the other.
Close call. Looked like he had his arms underneath it, but the official said no.
Well, already tonight, Hendershot, a 42-yard interception return for a touchdown. We got confirmation it was Gabe Williams who had the interception in the second drive of the game for Timken. And Eric Davis almost picked one off himself. It's going to be 3rd down and 4. They need the Salem 34-yard line. Waiters goes in motion to the left. Johnson, straight drop, pressured, steps up now with some running room. 30, 35, first down, 40 to the 45. Morrison tracks him down from behind. Jones gets him from the front. Tanner Johnson with a good carry of 15 yards for the first down, and the Quakers have an injured player back around where somebody was trying to track down Tanner Johnson.
Well, they had 3 or 4 men on Tanner Johnson. Officials starting the clock. I don't think they see the down player. Ray stepping out there to point things out.
Yes.
Still don't have a number on the down player, but once the containment broke down, Tanner Johnson, decent run.
So they attend to the injured Quaker. Timeout on the field. Let's pause this. Well, no.
Better not.
9:03 to go. 21-0 Quakers. Let's take this timeout. You're listening to High School Sports on WSON. Murray, the injured Quaker, jogs off under his own power. Todd McLaughlin will replace him at right defensive end. So it'll be first down and 10 yards to go for the Trojans from their own 45-yard line. Clock winding at 8:55 to play first half. Evans goes in motion to the left. They run the option to the right. It is Stallworth with the catch of the pitch, and he'll be driven out of bounds quickly at the 47-yard line. Gain of about 2 or 3, and
Gabe Williams with the tackle. We followed him pretty much from the pitch on, and we've been mentioning that young man's name an awful lot tonight.
Let's give Stallworth the carry of 2 on the play. Second down and 8 from Salem's 47-yard line. See, Murray still on the sideline. No, he's back in there. So only out for 1 play. Croston left, joined by Evans. Howard to the near side. On second down and 8, Johnson straight drop deep and rolls to the left. Pressured, throws incomplete. Murray was right there in his face. He had a deflection last week. Pass was intended for Evans. It'll be third down.
Well, we mentioned Jason Murray, 6'3", and I wouldn't be surprised maybe if he's an inch taller than that. And when he's out there after a quarterback and he puts those arms straight up, that's a big ball to throw over.
Yes.
And that time he was successful after being injured the play before to come right back out there, make it third down and 7 for the Trojans. The ball on the Quaker, on their own rather, 48.
They need the Salem 44-yard line for a first down. Again, Salem with 7 defensive backs on the play. Johnson drops straight back, now steps up in the pocket, gonna try and run for it. 45, and that's where he'll end up as Morrison makes the tackle. Quaker linebacker, our player of the game last week, and he, oh boy.
Oh, what a spot. He was a good yard behind.
Man, that's not as, oh, and they're just going to go ahead and give him the first down. A gain of 9 on the play. It's not a generous a spot as Ernest Piner got last week.
Same crew from Cleveland last week, but then again, I think these guys can count to 11 on a kick.
So give Johnson 9. And another first down for the Trojans. That's their 3rd of the game.
Wasn't a banner week for NFL officials last week, was it?
No. Nearing the 8-minute mark here at the first half, and a flag already. See, you start talking about them, they start throwing flags.
NFL.
There's already been 5 penalties in the game.
I don't know, neither side clapping, so we don't know what this is all about. Maybe he saw 12 men out there, I don't know. Officials huddling up, trying to...
Oh, it was not. What is that signal?
I hurt my shoulder on Salem. I don't know.
It's a 5-yard penalty. All right, so the hand comes across and touches the left shoulder.
Well, if Dave Planky don't know, nobody does. We'll have to get him at halftime.
1st and 5 now from Salem's 39-yard line. Johnson runs the option left. Not this time. Nick Bourne has her make it. Jim Stockton has him wrapped up. 3-yard loss on the play. The Quaker linebackers again having a great game.
They're coming up, stuffing the run. Before we saw the Quakers really sitting back in the secondary. Now it looks like they're getting up on the line a little more. They'll make it from 1st and 5 to 2nd and 8.
They will crown the homecoming queen tonight, and we will run down the lineup of young ladies and young men who will be participating at halftime. We'll also have the announcement at halftime. 2nd and 8 now for the Trojans. He's just going to throw it up for Howard. It's incomplete. Johnson, or make that Jones, back on the coverage for Salem. And that ball is thrown about a yard further. Howard's in the end zone right now.
Not much accuracy on his passes, though. I think he's just putting them up and praying.
Tanner Johnson now 2 for 10 for 5 yards and 2 interceptions tonight.
Timken 3 out of 6, believe it or not, on 3rd down conversion.
Waiters in motion to the near side. They need to Salem 34-yard line. Johnson almost fell down. Now looks and throws it for Evans. It is caught at the 20, 15, 10-yard line where he's driven out of bounds. Humphreys, Hendershot make the tackle, but a fine throw and a good catch from Lamont Evans. It looked like had a little extra gas in the tank and made a little speed burst to catch that.
That's the only pass I've seen from him tonight. Actually, a spiral, wasn't just wobbling up there. And the connection will put the ball, make it 1st and goal on the 8-yard line.
34 yards on the pass completion.
Quakers up 21 to zip and trying to keep the shutout going here. 7 minutes to go until halftime.
On 1st down and goal, they'll run the option. Johnson with the keeper to the 5. Touchdown, Timken. Tanner Johnson, an 8-yard touchdown run, puts the Trojans on the scoreboard for the first time tonight.
Salem was fooled on that play. The option really had him thrown defensively. And Tanner just found pretty much an open lane right into the end zone.
And they're going to kick the extra point. 6:58 to go. Cook is the kicker, Johnson the holder.
Not enough men.
So the Trojans will call time. Timeout on the field. 6:58 to go. We'll be back with the extra point after this timeout. Last week was Coach Ziegler. I'm playing golf with Roger Sunday morning.
Good luck.
And Steve Stewart sneaks into the press box. How does he get into the press box?
How can Roger play golf without eating? I mean, with one hand?
Oh, no, we're having breakfast.
Okay.
and at the turn, we're having lunch. And dinner at the conclusion of the 18 holes.
That's a long day on the course.
Well, the way I see it, I said loser buys, and I know I'm better than him.
Wow.
They'll try the extra point this time. Out of the Johnson hold. Good snap, good hold. The kick by Cook is good. Let's check in with A.J. McLeod, see if he's hanging around the WSOM Sports Studios. We have 6 minutes and 58 seconds to go here until halftime. Salem on top 21-7. A.J., any scores, or what are you going to have for us coming up at halftime tonight? So it's going to be a battle in the Tri-County League this year, Gary, and for the first time, a couple of other Metro Athletic Conference games tonight.
Yeah, the league in action really tonight with some couple big games here. Everybody right now saying that Poland and Canfield probably the two teams to beat other than Salem in the league, and Canfield having a little rough time with Girard, rougher than Salem had, and Poland doesn't have a score on them yet with their battle in Niles. Or we did, yeah. Poland was up on that game, if I recall, from an earlier.
3-minute and 15-second drive, 9 plays, 66 yards. The Johnson 8-yard run. And Cook's kick make it 21-7. And the kick is away by Ray Howard, and it will be taken by Humphreys at his own 18-yard line, middle of the field, to the 35-40 by one man to the 45-yard line, where he's finally brought down. Crossed it, and also getting help from Mitchell on the tackle, and Salem with good field position.
I was going to say, let's see if we can get one of those patented Salem Quaker drives to score here and eat up most of the clock here before halftime. 6:51 to go, and the Quakers going to start off. This is their best field position of the night, I believe,
yes.
other than intercepting and running it in. But you can't beat that on their own 46.
Hender's shot comes in motion to the near side. And it's Davis up the middle. They'll try that play again. Juking and jiving and getting out of traffic. Working off the line. He'll get 4 yards.
I'm getting better at seeing that play. I actually focused on Davis a little earlier than I have, other than 10 yards down the field.
I've decided I better.
Yeah, that time it was just 3 yards down the field before I caught it.
Second down and 5 yards to go, as they'll give him 5 yards on the play. From the Trojan 49, McLaughlin in motion near side, and they'll hand it off to Humphreys coming to the left, 50 to the 45-yard line, where he is tackled by Dante Jenkins, a yard shy of the first down, 3rd down and 1.
Believe it or not, this will be the Quakers' second 3rd down of the night. They are 1 for 1 in that category.
Now, top rushing games of the year, Eric Davis now places second. Humphreys 130 yards earlier in the year. Jason with the second best game with 110, but now Eric Davis with 111 here in the first half.
Wow.
3rd down and 1. It's Humphreys up the middle this time to the right side. 40 down to the 37. That'll be 8 yards and another Salem first down.
Maybe he heard you, and he's trying to get some yardage here for Humphreys. This could be quite a... I'm sure he gets a little friendly rivalry here amongst the running backs, so you can get the most yardage. And what do we have? Timeout, Timken.
Timeout on the field with 5:10 to go, second quarter. Quakers lead 21-7. You're listening to high school football on WSOM. first down and 10 yards to go for Salem from the 37-yard line. Heath Branker brings the Quakers to the line of scrimmage. Charles Hughes, 5'11", 160-pound senior, splits wide to the right for Salem. McLaughlin goes in motion that way as well, and they'll hand it off to Eric Davis off left tackle. 35 to the 31-yard line. Kolich and Lucas, along with center Heath Baker, opening up the holes that time for Eric Davis.
Well, the Quakers just basically keeping it on the ground. They haven't had the need to go to the air, really. I think the Quakers really, have attempted one pass, and that ended up in a sack. Other than that, I don't believe they've even attempted one tonight.
Give Davis 6. Hendershot in motion coming to the near side. And they'll hand it off to Davis, going to the left side again, breaks one tackle and gets across the 30 to the 29-yard line. Dante Jenkins had a hold of his foot. Well, in fact, he kept his shoe. Davis will now get his shoe back and put it back on. I told you he had his foot. He didn't let go.
Thought that was, when I saw that foot grab, I'm surprised he didn't stumble down and fall. But, yeah, Davis trying to put his shoe back on and time a little tighter there.
So third down and a short 2 from the Timken 29-yard line. McLaughlin shuttles in the play. Hughes will split wide to the right. He is in for Ryan Jones on this possession. Davis and Humphreys behind Martin. It'll be Humphreys coming left. He's got a wall of blockers, and he's got the first down to the Timken 25-yard line. Gain of 4 and another Salem first down as they move the sticks again. That will be the 7th time tonight.
3 for 3 now on their third down conversions are the Quakers. It's very effective keeping control of the ball when they get it. Down to 3.5 minutes to go before halftime, and the Quakers crown a homecoming queen.
Salem averaging 12 first downs a game. 37 rushing, 9 passing, and 2 on penalties, if you want the breakdown coming into tonight. It is Ryan Fritz around left end, 25-20, breaking 2 tackles down to the 13-yard line, and another Salem first down, giving 12. Ryan Fritz, 2 carries, make it 3 carries tonight for 27 yards.
Finding the holes, and I'll tell you what, you just can't say enough about the Quaker running. Can't say tandem. I don't know if 3 is a tandem, but the trio of Quaker running backs is having a field day tonight.
Hughes splits to the right. Hendershot at wing on the left. Davis and Humphreys in there. First down and 10 from the 12. Davis again right up the middle, bounces off one tackler and will be brought down by Jenkins inside the 10, and it'll be about the 7-yard line. Gain of 5.
Saw that one from the beginning that time, didn't you?
I'm getting a little better. It's easier from this angle too.
Yeah.
So 2nd down and 5 from the 7-yard line. Davis and Humphreys in the T. It is Humphreys looking left, up the middle, rolls his way to the 5. Brought down by Jacob Croston. Did get inside the 5, and it'll be 3rd down and 2 to go.
Humphreys come out. Fritz goes in. As it is 3rd down and 2. So the Quakers can get a first down without a touchdown. Ball on the 4.
Fritz, Davis in the backfield. It is Fritz around left end this time. Tries the dive again. He fumbled the ball. No indication. They will say he was down. They will mark him down about where Eric Davis was earlier in the game at the 1-foot line. Gain of 4. It'll be 1st and goal for Salem with a minute and a half to go.
Well, he's trying to do everything he can to get that touchdown, and he made the dive. And ball squirted out, but the officials call it, I think, correctly after he was down. So the ball's not even on the 1-inch line there. It's that close.
Who will it be, Davis or Humphreys? Humphreys again around left end, up the middle, and leans in for the touchdown. Jason Humphreys, his second 1-yard touchdown run of the game, and the Quakers are on top 27-6. Boy, Gary, from up here you can really see how Morrison, the right guard, leading the blocks on a lot of those plays, helping out Lucas and Baker and Kolich on the left side.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, when they get down that close to the goal line, and from the angle that we're at, you really can't see all the traps and everything that the Quakers do to try and blow open some holes on the offensive line. And Ben Hennigan will be back out there to attempt this extra point.
Out of the Angelo hole, Morrison, good snap. Hold is down, the kick is up. And it is good. 1:15 to play here in the first half. Salem on top 28-0. Or 28-7. You're listening to high school football on WSON. Quakers on top 28-7, and Harshman kicks a low ball this time, bounces at the 15 and right into the hands of Waiters at his own 8-yard line, up the right sideline to about the 32. Good return. It'll be Timken football with 1:08 to play here in the first half.
Well, I don't think the Quakers, if you asked them what kind of start you would like for this game in the first half, this is pretty much what you would like. Scoring on every drive, am I correct in that?
Yes.
Yeah, scoring on every drive, getting a defensive score, couple. So everything clicking on all cylinders, and this team is maturing and coming on here.
Drive 11 plays, 54 yards in 5 minutes and 43 seconds. And Johnson to throw on first down, and he has Croston with the catch at the 40-yard line. That'll be a gain of 7.
Quakers just let him catch a harmless little pass. Clock more important here, just running out it with about 34 to go until halftime.
Pizza Hut halftime report coming your way in 28 seconds with A.J. McLeod. Second down and 3 yards to go. Evans crosses to the left, and they'll throw it out of the backfield for Stallworth. 35-40. Morrison again makes the tackle. They'll get 1 yard on the play. That's a heck of a play for a linebacker to have to cover.
Timeout, Timken, with 11 seconds to go. Well, this run and shoot that we're seeing of Timken here is kind of surprising. When you think run and shoot, you think down the field. They're not throwing it down the field. They're just throwing these little lateral lobs, and strange. It's really strange.
While I have a moment, I do want to announce the court tonight, who one of these young ladies will be crowned queen of the 1995 fall homecoming here at halftime. Kara Elizabeth Clark, we're familiar with Kara playing basketball. She's being escorted tonight by Jake Bestick, who we're also familiar with. Megan Conrad, she plays 3 sports, and she's also on the very successful volleyball team and plays softball, being escorted by Ryan Sokolow tonight, who they have to be very careful with.
No hugging there.
Ryan also playing basketball. Alice Crawford, she's been an athletic trainer for a couple of years. She's being escorted by Chris Lessick. Emily Drotleff, she's being escorted by Ryan Marshall. Erin Fritz, she's being escorted tonight by Greg Herron. We got the play coming up. We'll finish it here in a moment. 3rd down and 2 to go. And Johnson, straight drop back, not much time. Will throw it downfield for Waiters. Then overthrew him out of bounds with 6 seconds to go. Rochelle Scott, she is being escorted tonight by Adam Kress. And Christine Catch, she is being escorted tonight by David Miller. And the crowning of the Queen will be at halftime. And we'll have that for you. So 4th down and a short 2. So the Trojans will go for it with only 6 seconds to go. They figure this play should take up the last 6 seconds.
They better hope. They throw it incomplete, it might not. Give the Quakers a chance for a long one.
From the 41-yard line, Evans in motion left, and they just hand it off up the middle to Stallworth. Gets across the 45, a gain of 4 and a first down, but that will do it for the first half of play. Quakers come out, intercept the second play from scrimmage, and run it back for a touchdown, and then it's going to be Ray Howard to boot it away for the Timken Trojans.
Photo album where you can actually see pictures of me.